So I've noticed a pattern, and I thought of this when you were talking about like what we really need is just simple connections.
Yeah.
I've noticed a pattern going on right now where there is a lot of things being built just for a connection. So whether it's local running clubs are exploding, just people like, let me just run with people, meet with people.
Yep.
Or it's local hiking clubs, or I see women's groups popping up everywhere. Everywhere. Why do you? I mean, do you have anything to say about that? Sounds like people are really still have that lack of connection.
Because we're in an AI hyper digital world right now that's going so fast, people can't even blink. And then something new is coming out. And that's what I meant. We're getting so inundated. Like, look at your inbox for a second, or look at all the messages you get, all the spam, all the things you get about buy this, do this, check out this new tool. And then it changes instantly. The minute you buy something like an app, and within weeks it's something different, and they're charging you more for it, for the upsell, upgrade for that, to make sure that you can still use it, or the storage. We never ever can keep up with it. And so having all of those choices, having all of that at us, having things replace humans, really like trying to replace humans with like how they do things, how it does it efficiently or systematically, it is awesome in a way, but we're becoming the tool, and people are starting to be like, I've lost my humanity in it. Like, I've lost the ability to talk to people and look them in the eye, or just have someone listen to me. And that's why my podcast is so important, because everyone that's come on the podcast, they could be in, like I said, Zimbabwe or whatever. They're always like, I've never had anyone, all the podcasts I've been on or interviews, I've never had anyone just like have this moment. Like, they feel something, because we're sitting there fully present with each other, and we're telling a very intimate, very vulnerable story potentially. And they're talking about something they probably forgot ever happened to them. And they're like, whoa, that did happen. And that was crazy. Or that was amazing. I mean, they start to in real time, they start to realize that they're actually more badass or more incredible than they thought. And I think that people want these clubs and these things because they're craving community. They just want to be around other people who like the same things they do. They all want to hike and they want to get healthy. They want to be around people who have healthy mindset, or already are doing that. Or they might be someone that can mentor. It's almost like mentorship in its own way, because they're mentoring. Someone might be running for years, and then someone's starting out and they're like, I want to be in a run club. Sounds cool. And they go run. And then that person, people that have been doing it for years, become part of their like identity, right? It's like it helps them shift into what they want to be next.
So for the business owner that feels like they're trying to juggle too many things, and they haven't done that yet. They haven't searched for a community. They haven't gone out of their way to like make time for connection, whether it is a community, whether it's finding a mentor.
Yeah.
Like, what would you tell them?
That they haven't done it?
Yeah.
I'd be like, run, don't walk to the next thing you can find. Because if you are, and you know what's weird about it?
Can you say if you haven't like?
Yeah, if you haven't made that choice yet to find a community, or you haven't found a fit, I encourage you to do it. Like, not tomorrow, like right now. And I'll tell you why, because everyone that I've talked to it's extremely isolating. That's one. But what happens is, have you ever heard of the theory of the frog in the boiling pot of water?
No.
Okay. So I'll tell you this because it's really, it's totally relevant. So when you put a boiling pot of water on the stove and you throw a frog in it, and you turn up the heat, like just a little bit, the frog never feels the increase in temperature, and it just stays in it and dies. But if you put the boiling pot of water and you throw a frog in it, it jumps right out, because it's like, holy shit, that's hot. Mm-hmm. And it jumps right out. What we're doing to ourselves as humans without community, without those connections, is that we're like the little temperature rise. You're working, you're busy, you're getting clients, you have your kids, you have your thing, and you're just slowly just like disintegrating and depleting, and you don't realize it. That's the thing, is over time, you might look back and go, whoa, I've been here 2 years sitting in my house, remote working, or I've been doing whatever, and I have no idea what I did or what's going on, and you know inside that you miss something, like you want something, and you don't know what it is, and you're actually doing yourself, it's not even a disservice, you're like basically killing yourself inside. And I mean, I'm going to equate it to that, because it's like that. If you don't have people, you die. Like, I just think that humans were never meant to live in isolation. And that's why COVID was so hard, because they were never meant to be quarantined off into like sections or areas and have only their 4 people in their home, or their one person. I feel bad for people who were single by themselves with nobody and they were stuck in their house. Not even a friend, not even a partner, not even anyone to talk to, just video chats or whatever it was. And people that couldn't go outside, without just walking their dog, and that was all they got.
Yeah.
So those are the things that it actually brings people to a place of darkness, of complete isolation, of utter alone, and just feeling like, how are you going to build something great? Or how are you going to come up with new ideas or be innovative or creative? I mean, yeah, people did videos and fun TikToks and all. I mean, that's great. But again, that's what we relied on. We relied on digital social media for our comfort, for our interaction. That's all we had. And now everyone's out and they're starting to see like, no, I missed this. Not the big events. When we first got out, everybody was like, events, travel, because they just wanted to get out. We were like caged animals. Mm-hmm. And now what I'm seeing is people are like, I just really miss true connection. I just miss people sitting down and having a laugh, talking over drinks, like hanging out, celebrating a birthday. Like they just miss the simple things. That's all we want, like getting flowers or like going somewhere on a date or walking on the beach. Mm-hmm. That's all people want right now. They don't really want this big, flashy, they don't need all that.
What role do you think like mentors play right now in the world that like people are craving that connection? Just because like I know a lot of people around me that are actively trying to find a mentor. Like I've had conversations with like my boss or other people that are like, oh yeah, I'm trying to find a mentor.
Tell them to call me. Like I'll help them find one. Yeah. I'll help them find one.
Okay. But
even men or women, like that's what I mean. I guarantee you I can help them find one. That's something that I feel like the connector in me, mm-hmm. That's a superpower for sure. And I also have a 98% match rate because of my intuition. It's very heightened with like how people fit. And it's not like, oh, you're in the same industry, you guys should talk. Yeah. It's like it's about the person and like where they are in the journey. And sort of like this person will help level you up a little bit without being condescending or overbearing or making you feel like you don't know what's going on. Like I know that about people because I'm curious and I really ask those questions. So I think mentorship, to your point or your question, mentorship is it's like my North Star right now. It's the most important thing. I have not gotten anywhere I am in my life, whatever success people want to say that is, like whatever level of measure of success, for me, it's extremely successful just by mentors, like guiding me. People that have been like thinking partners, they're sitting down with me strategizing, or they're hearing me and they're offering me a different perspective. They're giving me like their advice, but it's not advice like you should do this. It's more like, here's what I did. Have you considered this? It's asking me questions to get me thinking about what I could do next, instead of like, or getting me out of my head or out of my, out of the swirl, the eddy of like anxiety about it. It's like, no, just pluck this out and just try this. Or I heard you say this, why don't you do that? Like, it just makes you feel like, yes, okay, I could do that. Or they believe in you too. They give you a lot of cheerleading and a lot of encouragement. Mm-hmm. And those are the kind of things that why I think mentorship is so valuable. It opens doors that you never thought possible, builds relationships. And then it gives you that like confidence. This is the main thing, is the confidence to go do it yourself, to go do what you want to go do. And I think coaching does that too, and consulting. They're very different fields with like how they're done. Mentorship can be like a lifelong friendship that you can build.
You might have some repetition here, but why do you think it is that people are like trying to find a mentor? I mean, is it the same thing as like trying to find a running club, basically? But
do they want a mentor? I think I'll ask you that. Do they want a mentor because they don't want to hire a coach or something like that, or is it because they just like they want someone that's in there that has like a little bit more information than them? What are they kind of like looking for in a mentor? And they're telling you that they want a mentor.
I think what it is that they've probably heard what they tell me is that like, oh yeah, you should have a mentor if you want to grow in this space. Yeah. Is that they've heard that you should have a mentor. That's the answer they give me. But I'm sure there's something more under that it's like it's a feeling, and I can't explain it because I'm not in that.
You're not in their head.
But you could. But you probably have an idea
of like what they're looking for. Well, usually it's that, like, if they don't want to, they haven't found a community, it's because community to them feels overwhelming for a lot of people. Like, community feels intimidating. Mm-hmm. And to walk into a space of complete strangers and be like, I'm going to go hang out or talk, you feel awkward a lot of times, and you feel a lot of people feel icky and cringy about it. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard for them to do that. And then if you're introverted and you don't like being around crowds don't energize you, or people don't energize you, you like being alone to do that, then it's really hard to to go into that space with that energy and you have to drain yourself and your battery of energy to be in those spaces. So that can be hard too. Like, do I really want to go do this right now? Like, you have to really think about it. And so I think for mentors though, it's the one-on-one. That's why I think that they say get a mentor, because it's like having that one-on-one intimate relationship is a little safer in some ways, and it feels good because you get like the personalized access to somebody's intelligence or their insights or something like that, versus having like the group herd mentality, right? We're like, oh, we're all running together. That's cool. But like, that's fun for activity or something else, but that doesn't feed that part of you that might need the business stuff or might need some other, belief in yourself kind of thing. That part might not be there when you're in a run club. For some people it is, they get that, they get inspiration. For other people, it doesn't fit. They just go, oh, this is healthy, I'm going to do it. They don't realize that the run club actually could become a mentorship tool. They just don't look at it like that. I do, but a lot of people don't.
You know what? I'm thinking of like examples, and like, for example, like I know people that are, they're actually extroverts, so they are part of a community.
Okay.
And they're like business owners, so they need a team. And but even though they're part of a community, they're extroverted, they have a team around them, they're still looking for mentors.
Yeah.
And
because they want the one-on-one.
They want the one-on-one.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's like trying to find like where in my life could I find more connection, deeper my relationships, you know?
That's what it is. And that's what I was going to say. The deeper the layer goes with more intimate interactions. And I'm not saying everything has to be one-on-one, even a small group, even if you did something think about that as like, we'll go out here. Think about like big events, conferences, all this, thousands of people, hundreds of people. And then you whittle it down. I mean, where do you really get out of that? Like, honestly, if you're looking for that or looking for some connection, that's not there. Yeah. You're not going to find it. You're in a sea of people. You're being moved around by an agenda. You have keynotes and all that. You're not ever going to get that. You'll get inspired. You'll get maybe a couple contacts, but you're never going to get that. So then you go down into like, maybe it's like 50 people or something. It's like something more intimate, but it still is a big group and it feels intimidating. Or you get like, or maybe that's like Rotary or like business clubs or business organizations where you might have 40 to 50 people at a luncheon or something like that, 60 people. And you're like, oh, okay. So now I can actually talk to people. I can introduce myself. I can have a few cool conversations, but you still don't get that. Yeah. Then you go here and you go to like dinners or like small things or like 10 people, something like 8 to 10. And you can actually like for an hour have a conversation with someone, like go deeper and deeper and actually connect with them. But then you're the bottom here, the most connection, the most intimate is the one-on-one. Yeah. And that's why I like it more. I never thought I was going to be doing this, Alex, ever in my life. I swear if you'd have talked to me 3 years ago, I would have said, I love group work. That's all I loved. I loved being in groups. I loved facilitating groups. I loved creating retreats. I just like the group experience. And now I'm just like, all I want is that one-on-one with someone. I just want to be right there in the living room talking about what's important to them, how to work through this, figuring out their stuff. And that guess what that does? So remember I told you it goes like this, that ripples back out here. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen a wave that goes like into the shore and then it kicks back out and it starts rippling back out? That's what it is. Yeah. So the wave comes in and you hit it and you're on the shore and you're like, that's its end point, and then it hits back out. So my thing is the ripples. I used to think the ripples were like massive amounts, and I thought really big, and I love that. Also great, but I love the one-on-one. That one person goes and affects however many people, and then those affect that one person getting that full-on connection to themselves and to what they're doing. They go out and help change other people. It's also that looking for things that can't be replicated. Yeah. Because, especially in this AI world where like if I wanted expert advice, I have ChatGPT, I could get it instantly. If I wanted, there's so many groups and a lot of them are like kind of the same. Yeah. But that one-on-one connection, you can't replicate it. Can't replicate it. And someone told me this the other day and I loved it. They said, you'll never live this moment again. Yeah. Like the one you're doing right now. So I was like, whoa, I've never heard that. Like, I never thought about it that way. Like that moment that you're experiencing right now won't ever happen again. So why wouldn't you not make the most of that 1 minute that you're there and doing that? It could be a minute, it could be 10, it could be 20, it doesn't matter. But what I think that we're asking that and people are craving that is because I think community is amazing. I'm all about it. I'm a builder of communities, so I'm all about it. And I think people absolutely need it. if you don't have one at all, go get one. But then also, I think mentorship is the key to like actual like next level success. And it opens up room for sponsorship. It opens up doors. Like that's what I'm saying is my mentors and the exchange I have, even bringing mentors into a program or facilitating those kind of things. The mentors open up doors for those mentees and vice versa. Like they become sponsors and allies and give them actual connections to things or give them opportunities.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But they know them. It's because they know them intimately. They know what they're going through. They know what they've been through. They know where they're headed. They get to understand them deeper. Then they can say, oh my God, you've got something. Or you told me this and I have this. How would they not know? How would they know that in a giant group of people?
Yeah.
And they just said, hey, what's your name? What do you do for a living? They would know nothing about them.
Yeah.
I'm still discovering things about people that I've known for years.
Wow.
I just met a lady last night. She was singing at this thing. And I go, I've been at your swim lesson for like 2 years. And we've been sitting there talking together while our kids are swimming. And I had no idea that she sang in a band. And
That's
she's
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
And I said, I had no idea you were a singer. I could not believe my ears. She's like, oh yeah, I'm in the band and we play here, here, here. I've never even heard her. 2 years I've known this person. Never knew she was in a band. She never brought it up. Never came up.